work there since 2009. This is a project that started 2 years before, in 2007. It means there is a lot of things that were ready for it. Well, second slide. A program called Factories. The thing was, a very short history of the city of Barcelona. The Barcelona as Spain, when we have the dictatorship until 1575, and then since 1978, we have the first democratic municipality system, and there is some kind of a revolution about how to decide the public system of everything, of landscape and housing. In the world of the culture, it was a lot of things to do, because the facilities of culture before was very simple. It means during these 2 decades there was a lot of investments to recuperate the normal cultural activity in the city of Barcelona. That means that it was 3 patterns of diffusion, information, and formation. There was a lot of investment. We create a lot of new museums, and we had a very interesting program of public libraries. I think there is 43 new public libraries in the city of Barcelona. Everything is free. A lot of possibilities of books and music and this. And it was a lot of investments about formation, even art school. And in 2007, the board of culture of the city decided to have some kind of meetings with the different cultural representatives about what is the problem now, what kind of things the city needs to increase the cultural facilities. Well, some image. This is, for example, this is very old. This is one of the newest projects. This is the old Center of Design. Was a project from 2007 to create a very big and revolutionary center of design called D-Hub, Design Hub. This was working until 2 months ago in the center of the city, and now we are going to open this very big and strange building very close in Plaza de las Glorias, with a project of MDM, is Martorell, Buigas, and Meki. It's a new building which is going to be opened in next year, about 25,000 meters of place for design. And also the program of public libraries, the 43 public libraries, is the most famous, is the one, the library Jaume Fuster from Pepe Llinàs in the north of the city, and the Sagrada Familia Library from Manuel Luis Sánchez. And also the program of New School of Art. This is a very interesting project of Carme Pinós, with the new municipal school of fine arts, which started to be built in the center in neighborhood of Raval. Well, and then they start to look around, especially in Europe and in Spain, what kind of things, because I forget it. The conclusion was we need some places for the young artists to start their activities. I mean, there is some arts who need special places. For example, the circus. The circus, they need very big buildings, very high buildings, and there is, we must do things. And then the boss decided to look around what happened, and they found this example. I want to pass very fast because I only know very little about things, but there were similar things. One, for example, I suppose you know better than me. This is in London, Berlin. Everything was more or less this kind of multidisciplinary things about culture. There's one example. Then they decided this model, Barcelona model, about it was with these four characteristics. Everything was public, with economical gestion of public gestion. Try to have this excellence to increase the quality of the production of food culture. The question, the territorial questioning means to the idea was the whole city with possible achievement, not to avoid this centrality, normal centrality of the city, and to find now technological dimension like Hangar. We are going to visit. No? We are now in Hangar. Well, this more or less was some kind of ideas of how to work. Like the idea was to create some kind of collaboration with the art communities to make some kind of gestion. The management of the centers. I mean, for example, Hangar, there is a community of people who is very interested in new technologies, and they have some kind of community, and they have these spaces, and they rent with a very cheap price places for new artists to create and develop things in new technology. And this was some kind of the first list of needs. This is actually 2007. And was for media here, a place for circus artists because it was a very interesting community of companies, new companies of circus. A place for visual art, for theater, and for music and dance. Well, in that time, they decided to look at the city if there were some places able to transform, and with the municipal property, they have no money to buy. And they made some kind of search for the different districts to know about all the categories, all the equipment and things. And they made this list. Where you see the files, the ready to transform means it was easy, and only made project of rehabilitation. Or this one who was finished because it was a project of a community to use containers of the harbor to put together this factory. And this one, a little bit more complicated. This is where we are now, Can Ricart and Ateneo Barris. And also, the problem was, well, we already have some equipment. The idea is to use these private equipment and to help them with public money. This even now exists, and we have a very interesting program about the formation of art. Well, and this the problem, the municipal problem, the investment of this one, of course, the first one, it was the more important part. We started with the crisis, and it was hard. And we have been working in a very complicated world, using help of the central government, of the Catalan government, and to try to make the more possible operation possible. This is the first one. Well, I have information about the first information and one picture of the version. I have no time to make that, but it's very simple. This first one is called Can Ricart. It's a very beautiful building like this. Basically was the oven, the oven of our old factory of lights, Philips oven to cook the lights. And it was empty, and it was they decided with this one to make a factory of dance. This is already finished. We finished 1.5 years ago. The image this is the image of the competition, but this is a pre-release. This project of Mike Fernando and Sarah Albandia, two young architects from Barcelona, who win the. And it was very interesting because it's a very, very nice utilization of the structure and the spatial facilities of the building, and with very little money, or 2,000 million euros, we finished everything in the evening. And now there is a factory of the dance companies. The project was very simple. It was a very big space. The idea was to divide the space into half. The first one, in your left hand, we keep exactly the space as it was, rehabilitation of the structure in this. This is the place of exhibition, and the rest was a space for work, kind of offices for work in the companies, and the other level to different places to practice. Because the idea, more or less, the program is more or less the same always, is to have places for each company to develop the spectacle, the show, the places to share and to have facilities for administrative systems, things of office and this, and then one place for exhibition. The idea is you are working in your show, and when you are finished, you have a place to exhibit to producers and cultural managers and this to start your job. This was for dance. This image of the inauguration of the big place for exhibition. This is very beautiful. It was very simple, but very clever in the decisions, architectural decisions. This is one who we have no money to finish. This is the most strange and complicated. These are very old. These are building 1985, more or less, because this is a place in the north of the city, the Carmel neighborhood. There is a problem of topography. There is one street and another street 9 meters above, below. Sorry. And this building was made is a ramp. It's a ramp to communicate to levels of the city. It's like a little Guggenheim of New York in domestic way. And this building never worked because the people was afraid to use the space, to enter the space, to go from one street to another street. And it is empty, and it was able to arrange, and we proposed to make a center for new city arts, like graffiti, hip-hop, and this kind of thing, but they use the street, because we had a street, a street to use it. The problem is there was no place to have the rest of the things, and the project decided this funny thing, this funny operation is to build something inside of the hole, and to have there the places for the companies and this and in the upper part, in the top part, the exhibition part. But this project had no investment at all and is waiting for more investment. Fabrico is a very beautiful factory in the neighborhood of Santos. It's like it's a little bit Manchester factory in Barcelona. It's very, very similar. Even the name, we say Fabrico, it's Fabra and Coats, because it was like a joint company with one Catalan company and one Scottish company. But this is it was a fabric of hilo. Fabric, textile, things for textile things. This was filled. The fabric was closed in 2004, and there is a very, very rich program of facilities, neighborhood facilities and city facilities to arrange it. And the Institute for Culture took the most important buildings to make some kind of the model of the art factories. This is the place where all of the companies who have no art factory have place here to develop the companies, and it's mixed. Okay, this is places for theater, for cinema, for plastic creation and this. This is already finished, the first, well, these some images, there are images of the other pavilions. This is the art factory fabric, where is the central, the model factory. This is already done or finished, the first intervention, because it was investment of 17 million euros to do it, and we can have 7 million euros from the central government of Madrid, and we made some kind of a very fast and cheap operation, but it worked very well. I recommended to Monse to go, because it's very interesting, because it's a little bit, it explained the type of intervention we wanted. It was to respect very clearly the previous edification and to use very little money and with a very big capacity of transport, because the use is going to be changing. Here, for example, we made a competition with one Manuel Luis Sanchez, who's a very known architect from Barcelona, and the idea from him was very simple, to define very simple things. Where is the door? Where is the stairs? Where is the hall? And how it was. It's something from define the basic things of the facility. And this is the new facade. This is a picture of the competition. And the idea was more interesting, to restore the structure very interesting of the different levels, and to make some kind of walls with tela, well, they made some kind of investigation with lana de roca, rock wool. Well, these things, these are some walls you can change for the different uses. This is the end. This is the hall. There's a very interesting designer called Carol Bergeret, who designed the furniture of the fabric work using the old furniture of the fabric, and to make some kind of arrangement of the old furniture with even with the matching, and this is a image of this is in the center, in the entrance there is a new center for contemporary art. This is the Las Cofes fabric, which will close here. Now it's working. Well, there is a little factory, and sculpture two buildings, these buildings, to make a center for plastic art, the conventional art, drawings and sculpture and ceramics. And it had no money to make the first arrangement, and they made some kind of arrangement with the community of artists. They give one of the buildings to them, they arrange it a little bit, and they are using. We have a project very interesting. We made a competition who won the first building. This is empty now, and this is used now. If you want to have this image, they have some kind of little spaces for each artist to develop their there is a project investing to arrange the first building to move the artist there, and then to arrange the first one to go back and to have places to increase. So we made a competition to won a couple of young architects from Barcelona called Nur, Amadeu Santacana, and Humberto Biotto. But we need now 3 million of euros to make it. So we have to finish, but we have no money to do it. It's an image of the project. Can Ricart, we are now. Can Ricart was a very fabric close from this. It's a very, very complicated place with a lot of some different buildings, and the Institute of Culture keep this one. Four buildings. These buildings, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And they first in the building number 1, it was more or less used for hangar, the community of hangar. They want to explain you the things they do. They are very interesting. But it had a little place, and the idea was we are going to arrange these two different buildings, one for one plateau, which we are now, and another one for places for artists. And this one was very interesting. This we call the Caseta del Guarda, the house of the vigilance of the fabric. And the idea was this house is now 4 little apartments for artists, foreign artists who come here for 2 or 3 months to develop some project, and they have a place to the kitchen. Okay, and this is the first part is already done. It's this building number 2 and building number 3, and building number 1 we have all the money to arrange the room. There was a competition, one for the 2 young architects called Manrique and Jaiz Alonso. We had 2 million euros to do the operation. It was a little complicated because we had, I was explaining months ago, because this was a part of a very big operation of Can Ricart. It was some kind of building operation that it stopped because of the crisis. And with this operation, the property of the building had the rule of making some kind of the urbanization of the streets, which was never done. I mean, with these 2 million euros, we have to make the rehabilitation of the buildings and also a part of the urbanization. But the idea was very simple, is to respect the architecture, previous architecture of the buildings, and to build 2 different, one little building inside of each old building. This in the plateau this was the idea of the competition. Is a little different now. It's some kind of the technical building and the plateau, and in the other building you want to see some kind of little places for technological things, radio and video edition and this, and the rest place for the artists. This is the project of the competition, and this is an image of the other building. This is a very strange place. If you know, the Forum of Barcelona was a very strange place built in 2004 for a very big exhibition, a special international exhibition about sustainability and ecology and this. It was a very big building in the underground. We call the cavern of the Forum was this. And the idea, because it was very big and with the roof very high, it was the place for made the circus art factory. Made a bit of competition who won Xavier Buscavier and Marc, and they made a very, very beautiful, interesting project because with very little money they made a very beautiful operation here. And they had it was very funny because they are very young, they had no idea about circus and all this. And they contact with a very famous clown from Barcelona, they go to meet him, and they explain they want to do this, and they made a call, and he said to them, in 12 hours you have to be in Paris, because there is somebody who is going to explain the technical condition, and they took the car and to Paris. And they spent 1 week in France, visiting different circus centers, and they made a very interesting project, very well done in the more technological fields. This is an image of the project. The idea of them was more or less to respect the high places for the training and the exhibition, and made a roof in the middle to make the office and this thing. More or less these 5 spaces have 9 meters of height. This one also, and this one also too. The rest there's place for technical teams, offices, and rooms for make lessons like here. This is private places for each company. This is a place to everybody of them can share the things, and this is some kind of a reproduction of a circus for the exhibition of the final operation. This works very well. I recommend you to go because the place is very beautiful. This was a section of the project. And this is a picture of now, after one normal day, this is the central place of the, and this is the normal activity for the person. The people who have the management of this, they are very sweet and very interesting, and they are give you very facilities, they're very proud about the equipment. This is a very beautiful equipment. It's a canodrome Meridiana. It was a canodrome, it's a place for...
Dog races?
Sí, dog races. It was closed in 2006, I think. And we made, we found some money from the central government to arrange it as it was. This is not finishing, not finished because there was not enough money to do it. And now the new government have a project, the new government of the city have a project to make like a place for cultural enterprises to develop the and the project. This is a couple of images of the rehabilitation, very beautiful and a very interesting building from the 60s. simple structure. This is Ateneo de Nou Barris. This was some kind of cultural center from a neighborhood of the part of Barcelona. It's a very popular place in Porto, and the idea was to have money to rehabilitate it and to make, especially for theater arts. There is some kind of companies who started here with the activity, and the idea was basically to make a theater and the back of the theater with the technological condition. This is almost finished now, but I have only a picture of the project. And this is I have only this image. This is the old coin fabric, moneda. This is a middle-age building in the center of Barcelona. It's a building from the 13th century. And the idea was to make rehabilitation and to make an investigation center for theater. This was finished 1.5 years ago with a very interesting project of Meritxell Naranja. This project was exhibited in the last Biennale of Venice. It was it's a very interesting intervention about how to recuperate the old heritage and to use it. They have a specialization of a very known artist from Barcelona called Joan Brossa, who made very much things about theater, and they have this kind of visual points. But this is finished. This is the central part of La Seca. The name is La Seca, and it's a very interesting project that they use the old and new architecture together with a very simple integration. And finished. I apologize because my English, but more or less like this. If you want, I said to Mons, I had another explanation of the thing. Is more personal because the idea was I made a couple of months ago to the students of the School of Architecture of Barcelona, and in this conference I tried to explain that this is only like new sensibility of the architecture, contemporary architecture. I have been looking for very much young teams of architecture in Barcelona. I meet them, and the thing I don't know how to explain that is the contemporary art in the last years, and this is not new, have a new rule that the aesthetical things they have less importance because they are some kind of more important for ethical things. It means suppose you understand very well that there is some kind of need of the young generations to become a part of the society and to make the life of the population better. And this was very clear in plastic arts, for example, new creations of artists like Alicia Framis, that the idea is not what I'm going to show you, the idea is how my activity can make better the life of the people around me. And these things, I have been trying to keep them with these projects, and if you can look at them, the idea always is to make better the life of the people who is going to use the building. The form or the aspect of the buildings is not important. And these young architects, all of them, they were clever because, as you can see here, there is a very absolute respect for the patrimonial things. For example, these things, they were the old ones. If they have problems with the ones, but the idea is to make some kind of reference to keep this kind of idea to be very, very little personalist, or I don't know how to explain, to have some kind of more anonymal rule of the architect. I think is very interesting because it's some kind of a new sign of our society and our profession. And also this thing that is more or less the same, to think that the heritage, the heritage of the past is a part of our life, or the life of our grandfathers, and it's some kind of to have to use it, but with some kind of respect for the things they were done in their time. Well, finished. If you have some questions better than my